YouTube, what's going on? It's your boy Buddha back in the building for another Last Cloudia news and information video. Little update before we dive into what was released this morning. Yes, Buddha is back from vacation. It was a lovely time. Ended it off with a little head cold that has now evolved. It's digivolved into a nice sinus infection. So we've got some hot tea, but any recommendations you guys have for some at-home remedies while I wait to hopefully get some prescriptions would be greatly appreciated. Debated on making this video, but I didn't want to miss the chance to talk about who I think the new unit from this teaser is, because there is a lot of speculation, a lot of mixed comments from the community since this character was released. We can see that this character is looking to be a waifu of some sort. However, we are in the month of July, which led a lot of people to believe that the summer unit was coming up next. However, this does not look like any kind of summer attire. Usually, we have a waifu, but we're missing either the swimsuit tops, the bikinis. So I'm not thinking this is the summer unit. We also got the Shift Alice summer unit last year towards the end of July, which we do still have an end of July update to go. So that's probably where that summer unit is going to slot in. The thunder lightning symbol and the darkish hair initially led me to think of Thunder Sevia. However, I don't think they would release a second Thunder shift of Sevia. And also, a couple of other people in the community pointed out that this woman's hair is just a bit too dark to be the Sevia that we know through her artwork. I saw people talking about a shift Melza, which I think would be very, very random, but in her lore, we already have her shift forms covered, being her original White Knight Melza and then the dark Melza that was taken over and possessed. So I don't think we have another Melza shift incoming. And finally, I think the best guess for another shift form that I've seen floating around the community, you see Semi already guessing it over there, is a shift Degrog of some sort. There are some eerie similarities that we can kind of compare in this artwork versus Degrog's artwork. One being this weird looking either spear or scepter, some kind of staff of sorts behind in the background artwork. Does look very similar to Degrog's spear if you put them side by side. But not only that, but this pendant that this knight woman is rocking is also very, very similar in shape and position as Degrog's dark form if you look at her unit portrait. Couple issues I do have with that speculation, however, though, is that while the advocates of Loug Zeus have commonly had their regular form then possessed and transformed into their advocate, we know in the lore of the story that Degrog does not fall under those rules. She was always Degrog, right? Made and created by Loug Zeus to be the one to possess others and make them advocates. So this would either have to be like a post Loug Zeus Degrog, where she's no longer possessed by him and then somehow becomes her own entity, which just doesn't make sense in my head yet. Or it would have to just be a plot hole and Adis forgot that they made that rule for Degrog, so this is the pre-Degrog before Advocate Degrog, which would cause a lot of issues with the continuity of the story. Also, another reason why your boy Buddha doesn't think that this is a shift form at all is because of the wording they used in the teaser text. Shout out to Ahmad, the newest, and he's been around for a while as a moderator for the Buddha Gang Discord. But Ahmad did point out that there is no text that reads, try and guess who this is, right? Every time Last Cloudia has added like a shift form, they usually look closely at details to see if you can guess who this is, insinuating that if we pay enough attention, we'd be able to figure out who it is based on someone who's already in the game. So who do I think this unit is? I do think this is going to be a new story unit, Because don't forget that in the roadmap that last Cloudia talked about in the 3-year anniversary live stream, July was their slot in for more story. If we jump over to your boy Buddha's last Cloudia annual schedule that we are following through, we can see that last year's story did occur in June, but did not occur this June. And also a permanent unit occurred around the same time. We did get story with a DOH last year in June, but we did also have a permanent unit slotted in. If we look at this month, not only did we not see a permanent unit, but we didn't get a story update for June, and we know this story update is getting pushed to July for this year. If we look at last year's July, there was a collab, which if we were going to be getting a collab, it wouldn't be in the form of a unit teaser, and because we did get a unit teaser today, I believe this middle July update's going to be a unit, and then I think the following update is going to be a summer seasonal, leading my brain to think that there was just a little bit of a swap for these 2 months. I think the collab was taken and put in the month of June, replacing the story, and then story jumped over to July, which also, headcanon, is bringing a permanent unit with this update right before the summer seasonal unit, and that's going to be your boy Buddha's final guess. I believe this is going to be a new permanent unit related to the upcoming story update. We know that permanent units are not exclusive to only characters that don't exist in the current timeline, since we now have Merity, we now have Murrin. So as I was editing, I did come to a further conclusion that I did want to throw out there, one that I also forgot to mention, because I did see some community members talking about Lancevale's sister, which initially I kind of put on the back burner, didn't take too seriously. However, I do think that there is some validity, and I think my final guess would be on this being Lancevale's sister, a knight who we know disappeared while fighting Degrog, originally I think with Ruto. So what makes me think this? Well, it being Lancevale's sister ties in a couple of things. For one, that would explain the thunder element, right? Because we know she fights in the same element as Lancevale. It would explain the similarities to Degrog in the background artwork, because this could be a unit portrait of her when she did take on Degrog. It matches the knight waifu that she technically is. And where some people discredited this opinion was when looking at the UR Arc Holy War, right? Because this is a reflection of that exact battle. The 4-man squad with Ruto. This is assumed Lancevale's sister, and then obviously we know who these two are. Fighting Degrog, and while some people said, oh, well, this lady has short hair, it can't be, and it's kind of bluish, it can't be this girl with long, dark, purplish hair. Well, here's what I'll say about not taking this artwork as absolute. Take a look at this guy right here who's rocking the white hair. Well, what do we know? We know that before this man became advocate of God Baran, he did not have white hair. He had brown hair. So I personally am not taking these portraits and this artwork as absolute, because there's an immediate design flaw. So could there just be a difference that doesn't reflect how the character is actually going to look in game in her unit portrait and pixel sprite? I think that's very much a possibility. And like I said, it would tie in all those things. The thunder element, the background with the Degrog looking similarities, and a knight waifu. So just wanted to throw that on top as I was editing, came to that kind of conclusion, and definitely didn't want to miss out putting in my 2 cents in this video. That's going to be my final prediction here. Let me know what you guys think. I know Shift Degrog is still a top contender for who this character could be. I see the similarities in this thing behind me in the pendant right there. But I do think that there are just some context details, context clues that hint that this is a new character that we don't know yet. So Could be complete, and it is complete speculation, but wanted to throw my 2 cents out there. If you want to use this annual schedule that your boy Buddha is constantly updating, feel free to check the links in the description and the pinned comment below. I'm gonna get to editing, posting this, and maybe go take another nap. Like, subscribe, bell noties if you're new so you don't miss a video when I post it. Turn on all notifications. And with all that being said, y'all know what we say, work hard, play hard. See you in the next video.